Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame, Jim Render, 2021. Coach Render, this is your life. You're going to have to just put up with me for a while. We're getting ready for some exciting high school football on KDK, thanks to Dr. Mayo and the Allegheny Health Network. Of course, the Orthopedic Institute. He is also the team physician, one of many of our beloved Pittsburgh Pirates, and we do love baseball too. His love of the Yankees, my love of the Yankees, we just love baseball. So let's just do a little baseball before I roll out the red carpet and we go down memory lane. So what do you think about the Yankees? Everybody else is doing something. Are the Yankees going to do anything?
I don't know. I was reading today that the Cashman, the general manager,
25 years he's been there.
he made some crack about Stanton always getting hurt, which is true.
Absolutely.
Well, then he had to call the agent and Stanton and say, well, I said it out of context. But it's true, he's always hurt.
Well, they lost their bench coach, but the good news is Garrett Cole won the Cy Young.
Yeah. They lost Sean Casey, too.
I know. What he did that. He walked on his own, right? He just didn't want to do it anymore.
Right, that's right.
All right. Now, let's talk about some football. Then we're going to talk about your life in football. So coming up tonight, we have some exciting football action, Montour and McKeesport. It's a 4A semifinal game. I know both of these coaches. A little bit better, though, with Lou Ciro at Montour. He's like right there behind your generation, is he not?
Well, yeah, I think he's also in my generation, but I mean, he's been around.
He's 58 years old, but what I'm saying is he is the next great wave of football coaches behind you and Hamilton, McCurry, and Novak.
Yeah, don't forget Eric Kasparowicz is in that wave, as you said.
Absolutely. At Mars, and they play Aliquippa tonight.
Yeah.
So, how do you like the 4A matchup we have tonight? Who do you think's gonna? They're still running that old George Smith wing tee down there in McKeesport, Coach Humbert.
Yeah, well, that's a problem because you don't see it very often. So when it's time to prepare for that offense, it's tough. It was tough for me when I played them every year. You know, you'd face a passing team, you'd face this, and then all of a sudden you got to prepare for McKeesport. It was tough.
But what's up with this wing tee? Because Ryan Lynn, Moon Township, graduated at Southside High School. Coach Ashcroft, Coach McDougal, he brought it to the high school. Moon had a great year this year. And Luke Travelpiece, who too went to Southside back in the day, he has used it to where his Class 1A team is in a semifinal matchup against Clairton. So why is everything old? Everything old is new again. What's up with that?
Well, I'm not sure, except I do know football coaches are, a lot of them, we all copy things that we see.
Right.
And I don't think Moon is running a true wing tee. I've seen them play a couple times. I saw them play last week against Peters Township. And they use a lot of formations, unbalanced, and you know they sometimes like to hurry it up, so you can't substitute based on what they have on the field. It's tough because they put tight ends over here and then backs over here, and they just confusion. They run the ball pretty well.
Do you know how happy I am that you and your lovely bride Pam invited me to your house here today? This is like a thrill. This is like an early holiday present for me. We got a lot to get to. Listen, you're the winningest coach, 406 in the history of the WPIL. So people in Upper St. Clair, I'll get the coat of paint we need. Find a building. Let's hang up some of this memorabilia, and let's let your legacy live on for generations to come. Now, you mentioned Peters Township. I'm headed to the incredible middle school. TJ Plack, so nice to invite me down, and I'm heading out to Pine Richland later today. So that's the first game tomorrow, 5A WPIL Championship. Peters Township and Pine Richland, who's been doing the Wildcat thing since the 7th game of the season. And you got this Vaccarello kid at Peters Township who's getting offers from Maryland and Syracuse, who's a ground and pound linebacker. How do you see that thing unfolding tomorrow?
Well, it'll be a good game, and I've seen Peters since I now live out here in Peters.
Right.
Anyhow, I've seen him play about 3 times, and there's also a young man on that team by the name of Nick McCullough.
Yep.
His dad used to coach for me, and Nick is quite an athlete. They have so many wide receivers they can't use them all. You know, Nick scored a touchdown, however, last week. Caught a great pass in the end zone.
How good is that sophomore quarterback?
Well, he's pretty good. The thing that in fact, I mentioned this to TJ. He stands in there. You know, he does not have happy feet. He stands in here and wait till somebody breaks open, and I respect his abilities.
All right, one more game to preview, and we'll come back, and this is your life. Lots of stuff to get to. So honored to be in the home of Jim Render and his lovely bride, Pam. I really, really am. And Digger Dawson would be happy to be here, too, our dear friend Frank Dawson. Now, you got 6A championship tomorrow night at 6, KDK, 100.1 FM, AM 1020. You've got North Allegheny, Art Walker Jr., of course, his father, dear friend, legend. You guys have spent time with me on KDK radio back in the day. And Ryan Lehmeyer, former player at North Hills, doing an incredible job with Central Catholic. Central Catholic earlier this year really put a number on many teams throughout the year, but one team they didn't was Pine Richland. They were able to control them somehow, some way, Coach LaDon. But they really have had their way with North Allegheny, especially this year. How do you see that thing unfolding?
Well,
tough. A lot of talent on that team.
Yeah, a lot of talent on both teams. However,
okay,
I think Central's got too much. It's not normal to have 5 Division I recruits on one team. And Coach LaDon's a good coach. I've known him since back when he played at North Hills.
You mean Aliquippa? Coach LaDon played at North Hills. You mean Lehmeyer?
Lehmeyer.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's why I'm here.
I can't make mistakes on national television.
Yes, you can. You're
just
allowed.
National.
You're Jim Render. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
but anyway, you got Wayner, of course, the quarterback for Central Catholic, and Kushner, of course, the quarterback for North Allegheny. And in the end, it is a team game, but it really does come down to your quarterback. I mean, look what happened when Joe Burrow left that game last night, and now Deshaun Watson's out. So everybody knows when you lose a quarterback, that's significant. So these two will be very important in that game. But in the end, you think Central Catholic just has too much.
Well, I do, but I have not seen either one of them play, Rob.
Okay.
I just haven't seen them play, so it's tough for me to pinpoint too much, other than what I read, and Central Catholic seems to have a lot of talent.
They do. All right, listen, we're going to come back. The real reason I'm here before I head to talk to TJ Plack up there at the beautiful Peters Township Middle School about that game that we're going to have at noon tomorrow against Pine Richland. Please stay with us. It's my way of saying thanks to this guy for everything he's done, not just for me, but for high school sports fans and public education in this region. Jim Renner, stay with us.